On Monday, a strike led by graduate student TAs began across many UC campuses, and they are striking until the UCs answer their demands. As an aspiring news anchor here at UCSB, I decided to interview some of the TAs on strike and see what they have to say. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Medha Manjori.
And how long have you been a TA here at UCSB?
This is my 4th year.
What is the purpose of this strike? What are you guys trying to achieve?
We're trying to get UC to the table to bargain with us fairly and get us fair contracts.
What are those contracts supposed to entail? Do you guys have something that you want, like a raise, or I know affordable housing has been discussed?
Yeah, so we just want our contracts to sort of keep up with the cost of living situation, and we want fair benefits and just a general good environment for a workplace. So this is where we work. This is where we live. And we want hospitable conditions and fair benefits that go with that.
I see that you guys have been out here protesting for the past week. So how long do you think this is supposed to go on for? Or how long do you expect it to go on for?
That is entirely up to the UC. Whenever they decide to bargain with us fairly, we are ready to come to the table. None of us wants to be here. I'm sure the UC doesn't want us to be here, but we are ready to come to the table whenever they will meet us there.
Okay, thank you. So you said you've been a TA for 4 years. Has this happened in the past?
During my time, we have not had a union-backed strike.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to say to the administrators or students or just the public that are watching this interview?
Just stand with us. I mean, you all live here, we all live here, so I feel like if anyone should be able to understand what it's like for us to live here, it's undergrads, right? It's people who come here to work, who are staff, who are just general. We have construction workers and UPS workers respecting our picket lines because they get it too. So just stand with us, support us.
Thank you so much. We are definitely standing with you guys. And yeah, I give them a lot of credit for just being out here every single day. I think it definitely says a lot because we see you guys, and I'm sure the university sees you guys and hears you guys. So keep it up. What's your name?
I'm Micah Pedrick.
And how long have you been a TA here at UCSB?
This is going to be my 6th year, although not sometimes research, sometimes TA. Well, we're here to get a good contract. The university's been not willing to negotiate with us seriously, and we've got serious problems. So at the end of the strike, I hope that we've actually been able to get them to understand that they can't just keep treating us with the disrespect and condescension that they've shown this far, and actually address our needs that they've been dragging their feet and being illegally avoiding.
When you say needs, is there anything that you personally have struggled with being a TA?
I mean, as with so many of us, the cost of living is one of the really motivating things. I've had to move a half-hour bus ride away from campus to be able to afford rent, and so now I'm not able to be able to do the 8 a.m. sections that so many classes have because I'm relying on this bus. I've learned that shower doors explode when they get too old because my apartment was unrenovated and we got in to get a couple $100 cheaper. It's just been just this background difficulty on everything else we do, or I do, that would be dramatically improved by just being able to live actually close to campus in a situation that is reasonable. But that's just not possible with what we're paid now.
Yeah, I know even undergrads have struggles finding housing, and we have all of these residential buildings for us, so I can't imagine for you graduate students.
It's entirely up to the university. We're prepared to stay out as long as we need to get the university to actually seriously engage at the table in their fair manner. And they can do that pretty much at any time. We're ready to accept these to entertain these proposals of theirs. So it's up to them.
Could you explain to the public what UTAs have been doing out here every single day? Does it mean to be on the picket line?
Well, we're on the picket line both because we're on strike, so we're not doing the duties of a TA-ship, or, the researchers are not doing their research, the postdocs are not instructing or in their labs. But also what we need is just visibility for the public to know that we're out here, to know that our needs are unmet, to know that we're willing to make these sacrifices. And so we come out to march and be visible, and we come out here to disrupt the operations of this university. If it's not working for us, it's not going to work at all, and that's just how it's going to be until we get to a resolution that's acceptable. To the students, I have been touched by the solidarity and support that so many have expressed, even in my own classes on the last day, telling them that this was going to be the last session until the end of the strike. The words of support mean so much to me. To the administrators, come treat with us. Do your fucking jobs. We need this resolution, and that's something that the chancellors, the deans, the provosts need to be passing up the chain to the university's negotiators. That for this to end, they need to stop what they are doing and treat us fairly. Although, to be clear, I want to be very clear when I say administrators. I am talking about those chancellors, our support staff, our department workers, our professional staff, the grounds teams, all of these other workers, often unionized workers. They've also been out here with us expressing support, and I have infinite love and solidarity with them.
Thank you so much. I know a lot of us undergrads are right by you guys, and we are standing with you.
My name is Sarah Margarone.
And how long have you been a TA here?
I am actually an undergraduate student here. I'm a third-year History, Public Policy, and Law major here at UC Santa Barbara.
So being an undergrad, what made you kind of want to join this strike?
Yeah, so I had a really great TA named Jenna Hayter my first quarter of college, and she let me know what was going on, and then as the years went by, I realized no one else really knows what's going on, and so I decided, a few months ago I started working with her because I realized there's not a lot of undergraduate knowledge about what's going on here on campus for the TAs. So I formed Undergraduates for COLA a few months ago in order to raise awareness for undergraduates on campus and around the UC system to know what's going on.
That's awesome. It's so cool to meet under undergraduate who's supporting them. So how would you describe the strike and kind of what's going on to an undergraduate who may be confused?
Yeah, so the strike, the official reason the TAs are striking is unfair labor practices. So that comes from a lot of different forms. The main ones are they're withholding information that the TAs are entitled to through their contracts. So during negotiations, the TAs have been asking for certain information, and the university has been withholding that, which is illegal. There are currently 28 suits against them for unfair labor practices. So through the unfair labor practice suits and striking through that, they've also been able to try and negotiate their contract for a higher living wage, which is another main concern, but not exactly the reason they're striking. So TAs, 90% of TAs are rent burdened, and 50% of TAs spend more than 50% of their income on rent, which is not livable in this system.
How do you think all of this striking and just kind of being out here every day is affecting the university? Do you think they're hearing you guys through this? Do you think this is effective?
Yeah, they're definitely hearing us because they're really upset about everything, whether it's through individual faculty members that have show that they're upset by just passively aggressively looking at us, or statements that we've had from the university, or the fact that the university hasn't contacted us in 5 days. They're withholding negotiations because they're waiting to see if the strike is powerful enough, and obviously, as you can see from all the people out here, it is. They're listening to us, and they're afraid. They're afraid of what's happening.
Do you think it will last much longer, or how long are you guys willing to strike for?
We're willing to go home any day. It's up to the university when they give us a living wage and settle the unfair labor practices and prevent them from happening in the future. So whenever the UC decides to settle, we'll go home.
When you say the university, are we talking about professors or higher up faculty members?
Yeah, we're talking about The regents specifically, as well as just the people who write our contracts. So these are people like President Drake of the UC system, like this include the chancellors. This includes Gavin Newsom, actually, who is on the regents board. By the way, Gavin Newsom, if you're listening, fucking pay us. Sorry. But yeah, so it's mostly higher up people, but also faculty who are involved in a way that negatively impacts the strike as well.
These interviews made me so much more aware of what the TAs are experiencing and why they are on strike. For me as a student, it just means that a lot of my sections that are usually led by TAs are canceled and not happening. I'm really glad that the TAs are holding out, being out here, being so persistent every single day. Even if they're tired, you will see them chanting. I definitely think they are making a statement, and it's only week 1 of their strike, so we shall see how long this strike lasts. I hope these interviews were insightful, and it was definitely fun for me to practice my interviewing skills, even though I was definitely so nervous to go up to them and interview them. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!